A so-called group of death after being handed what appears on paper to be a favorable draw for the 2026 FIBA Women's Basketball and World Cup. And Nigerian Premier Football League has confirmed that the 2025-2026 season will conclude on May 24th with Chief Operating Officer Davidson Owumi insisting the campaign remains firmly on schedule despite fixture adjustments linked to the President Federation Cup. And we also bring you news regarding the Super Eagles of Nigeria, where I would also like to hear from you. Former Nigerian international Mutiu Adepoju has backed Kelechi Iheanacho for a return to the Super Eagles, citing the striker's resurgence in form with Celtic despite an injury-disrupted campaign. So I would like to hear from you. The question is, do you think Kelechi Iheanacho still have a place in the national team? And we also discuss Arsenal on the show this afternoon. I'll let you know that former Arsenal player Enon White, he says if Arsenal win the English Premier League, Declan Rice has to win Premier League Player of the Year. And if they win the UEFA Champions League, Declan Rice should also win the Ballon d'Or. So the question is, do you agree with him? Say Declan Rice won't win Ballon d'Or. I will make a switch to Spain and talk about Football Club Barcelona player Lamine Yamal. Yes. Lamine Yamal injured himself as he scored a penalty that gave Football Club Barcelona a narrow victory over Celta Vigo and extended a lead at the top of La Liga Santander to 9 points. With the injury of Lamine Yamal, will it affect Football Club Barcelona in their bid to win the league this season? And Manchester City are considering Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez as a midfield option this summer. City's interest in the Argentina international is at an early stage. So I want us to advise Enzo Fernandez. Will you advise him to consider Manchester City or stick with Chelsea and build a team? On that note, I say welcome to Sport Lounge on Wave 91.7 FM. Today is Thursday, the 23rd day of April 2026. My name is Bright Nnadozie, but if you call me the CBN of sport, we'll become friends for life. For those who want to join the conversation, when I open the phone line, it's 0908-1855-966, 0908-1855-966, or you can call 0902-2917-917, 0902-2917-917, or send a WhatsApp message to this line, 070-4000-1783, or you can run to our Facebook page at 917 Wave FM, at 917 Wave FM, at 917 Wave FM. Just go there, you see the post there, comment, like, and share. And I think that will be that. Let the show begin. Let's start with basketball. The show this We'll begin with basketball story this afternoon. I'll let you know that Nigeria's women basketball team, the Tigress, have avoided a so-called group of death after being handed what appears on paper to be a favorable draw for the 2026 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. The African champions were placed in Group B alongside France, South Korea, Hungary, with the draw sparing them a tough combination of top seeds such as the United States, Australia, Germany, or Spain. Nigeria seeded on pot 2. We are always set to face a top-tier opponent from pot 1 and landed world number 2 France, whom they already meet during qualifying. From pot 3, they drew South Korea, ranked 15th in the world and lowest in the pot, while Hungary, the lowest ranked team in pot 4 and 19th overall, completes the group. In contrast, Nigeria avoided all 3 automatic continental champions and the host nation instead facing teams that progressed through qualifying pathways, adding a layer of complicity but easy overall draw on paper. France had previously beaten Nigeria 93-86 in qualifying in March, while South Korea also defeated the Tigress 77 to 60, although Nigeria hold a 2-1 head-to-head advantage over Asian side. Hungary, the lowest ranked team in the world, will represent unfamiliar opposition, with both nations meeting for the first time in a competitive fixture. Despite the perceived balance in the draw, Nigeria faced a demanding schedule. They will open their campaign against South Korea on Friday, September 4th, before taking on Hungary on Saturday, September 5th. After a rest day, they conclude the group stage against France on Monday, September 7th. The structure of the tournament means the top team in each group qualifies directly for the quarterfinals, while second and third place side enter a rampage round-up, and on September 8th, the quarterfinal follow on September 10th, with the semi-final scheduled for September 12th, and the final and third place match on September 13th. And then the other groups see Japan, Spain, Germany, and Mali in Group A, Belgium, Australia, Puerto Rico, Turkey in Group C, and the United States, Czech Republic, Italy, China in Group D. The draw comes at a key stage of preparation for Rena Wakama-led side. 5 days after the Berlin ceremony, the team will begin a United States tour as part of the build-up, having already opened camp in Los Angeles last Saturday. They are scheduled to face the Los Angeles Sparks on April 25th, Minnesota Lynx on April 27th, and then the Indiana Fever on May 2nd, with a clash against the Minnesota, marking the rare meeting between a WNBA franchise and an international team. And from there, let's talk about the Nigeria Football League. And the Nigeria Premier Football League has confirmed that the 2025-2026 season will conclude on May 24th, with Chief Operating Officer Davison Owumi insisting the campaign remains firmly on schedule despite fixtures adjustments linked to the President Federation Cup, making the FA Cup. Owumi explained on Tuesday that the league calendar was carefully structured in collaboration with the team with Nigeria Football Federation competition, despite at the start of the season with designated breaks built in to accommodate the Federation Cup and avoid disruption that have affected previous campaign. According to him, the system has been consistently implemented since January, ensuring that he described as a more organized and predictable schedule. It has been in effect since January, and we are running our calendar as designed, Owumi stated in a press release. From the league body, match day 36 fixture will now take place on May 3rd, with match day 37 set for May 10th. And another break will follow on May 16 and 17 to allow for the Federation Cup window before the final round of matches on May 24th, bringing the season to a close. Owumi said the planning process required close cooperation with clubs across the league, stressing that maintaining fixture integrity had been a key priority throughout the season. The confirmation comes as the league observed a short break to allow clubs to participate in the ongoing President Federation Cup at state level, with teams temporarily stepping away from league action to fulfill domestic cup obligation. The Federation Cup, making the FA Cup, which runs across all 36 states, including the FCT, that is the Federal Capital Territory, continues its state level phase before representative advance to the national stage, where Nigeria Premier Football League and Nigeria National League side enters the competition. The structure pause is part of broader effort by football authorities to ensure fixtures compliance and reduce congestion, with strict sanctions already applied for clubs that fail to honor Federation Cup commitments. And from there, let's talk about let's go to the first talking point this afternoon. Now, former Nigeria international Mutiu Adepoju has backed Kelechi Iheanacho for a return to the Super Eagles fold, citing the striker's resurgence in form with Celtic despite an injury-disrupted campaign. Kelechi, who joined the Scottish side in summer, has enjoyed a challenging season due to recurring hamstring problems that have limited his game time. The 29-year-old has nonetheless managed 6 goals and 1 assist in 18 appearances for the Hoops. His recent performance have reignited discussion about his place in the national team, particularly after a decisive display in the Scottish Cup semi-final against St Mirren, and where he scored twice in extra time. So, Depoju believes that the forward quality and experience remain value assets, noting that his current form, now based on current form, according to him, that Kelechi Iheanacho has a place in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So I would like to hear from you on the phone line. Do you think Kelechi Iheanacho has a place in the Super Eagles of Nigeria?